What we're discovering more and more every day in real science is that we really don't know as much as we think we do. And some of the scientists have gotten really serious and began to realize there has to be something out there that is of divine intelligence. But we better not say God, or else they're going to kick us straight out of the university. So they called it a phrase. They coined the phrase ID. ID. Intelligent design. Well, as soon as you say intelligent in design and you're talking about how everything came about, what are you talking about? You don't want to say God. You don't want to say Allah. So you get it a new name, ID. It's true. How many of you knew this? How many of you heard about this? Not very many? Well, it's not really something popular to talk about, especially in universities that are trying to sell you on the idea that we all came out of monkeys. Okay, I'm going to move to another subject right now. And I'll be back, don't worry. But I want to ask you a question. Have you ever seen that picture in the book for kids in science where it shows this little creature? It looks, you're not really sure what it is. It's some little, you know, weird looking thing. It looked like something out of a cartoon. But then the next little thing is kind of like a marmoset. And after the marmoset, the next little thing is kind of like a little monkey and a bigger monkey and another monkey and a huge one. Now we're getting up to the, looks like orangutan and a gibbon, and then all of a sudden chimpanzee, then a gorilla, and then this thing kind of looked like a gorilla with not too much hair, starting to straighten up his back, walking along, kind of looked like your Uncle Charlie, and then you go, you get to the next one, and all of a sudden, here's a naked guy standing there walking along. You're going, oh! And so even somebody that doesn't know how to read or write can look at that and go, uh-huh. And you're supposed to figure out, that's how we got here. Now, here, a couple of flaws immediately. Every one of those creatures exists today, except the first one, which we never did figure out what it was. But they all exist. So if you want to, I'm sorry, but if you want to sell me on the idea that we came from monkeys, I'm going to give you a question. We all evolved from monkeys, yes. Evolution, evolved. This became this, became. Okay, if we all came from monkeys, how come we still got monkeys? They didn't evolve yet? There's hope for Uncle Charlie? Come on, man. Wake up! What are you trying to tell me here? Now, has anybody here studied anthropology? Anthropology? Anybody? Okay. We have one of our Muslim sisters, Dr. Fatima Jackson, who is the professor of anthropology in the University of Maryland, very close to where I live, now in Virginia. And she was on our TV show twice. And she explained something that really surprised me. I was really blown away, as the kids say. When she was talking on our show, I was sitting there like this. Because she was saying it so matter of fact, like everybody should know it. I didn't know it. I used to import animals many years ago in the 60s. I love animals. And we had many types of species of animals, monkeys, marmosets, and, you know, all the primates, birds, many things. But she started explaining something, and listen to this. You've heard of Cro-Magnon man, yes? Cro-Magnon, Neanderthal man, the Australopithecine. Say that real fast 3 times. Your mama will get you, boy. She explained that these periods of time, these are periods of time that they talk about. She said they really were not stages of development of anything about Homo sapiens. What they really are is when they found the most bones from that time period, so they called it that, but all of these existed at the same time since the beginning up until the end of it. They all existed at the same time. So the whole thing about evolution in that is garbage. It is. How many of you heard of Harun Yahya? All right. In the works that he did, or his team, he actually has teams. I don't know if you know that. He has PhDs who work with him. And in the development of parts of their programs that they have, dealing in exposing the lies about evolutionists, he clearly shows you so much evidence that, for one thing, even if you want to say there's no God, okay, but you're going to also have to say, we have enough proof. You don't have any proof there's no God, but you got proof there's no evolution. That you have proof of. Whether they want to admit it or not, doesn't matter, you know. But the proof is there. And when you lay it out there, right, what do you say? And they just turn away and, I'm going to give you this one, and then I'm going to come back to the subject about God. Inshallah.